This is class 37 continued. Critical thinking question number 7. At room temperature and pressure, 381 grams of octane was burned in an atmosphere with plenty of oxygen gas. How many liters of each product was produced? So, given the grams of C8H18, we are also given the grams of C8H18 for 1 mole. It's 3.34 moles of C8H18 in the reaction. Liters of C8H18, using Pivner, we find that there are 82.6 liters of C8H18, or octane. And because of the ratio of liters and moles in the actual balanced equation, we can find that 82.6 times 16 moles of CO2 over 2 moles of octane is 660.8 liters of CO2. And the same for H2O. We find that 18 over 2 times 82.6 is 743.4 liters of H2O. Skill practice number 1. In a reaction, 24.9 liters of N2 react with excess H2 to produce NH3. How many liters of NH3 are produced? How many grams of NH3 are produced? And the pressure in the lab is 97.8 kilopascals. The temperature is 23.7 degrees Celsius. So given the following equation, we can find that there are 49.8 liters of NH3, because you take 24.9 liters of N2, multiply it by 2 moles of NH3 to find 49.8. Then using Pivner, we can find that the moles of NH3 in the actual reaction is 2.019 according to the PV equals nRT equation. And using the periodic table, there are 16 grams of NH3 in 1 mole, so you multiply 2.019 moles of NH3 by 16 grams to get 32.3 grams of NH3. Skill practice number 2. If 22.5 liters of oxygen reacted with excess hydrogen, how many liters of water could be produced? So, we're given the liters of oxygen, and because of the concept we were taught earlier, the mole to mole can be related to the liter to liter ratio. So 22.5 liters to 2 moles is 45 liters. Skill practice 3. The combustion of a certain wax can be represented by the following balanced equation. C22H44 plus 33O2 goes to 22CO2 plus 22H2O. If 185 grams of wax burns, how many liters of oxygen gas were used up? Assume the conditions in the lab are 101 kPa and 25 degrees Celsius. So, using the concept we had earlier, we can find that there are 19.8 moles of oxygen, because there's 1 to 33 mole ratio of C22H44 to O2, and we're given everything else. Then we can use the Pivner equation to plug everything in and find that the volume is 485.99 liters of O2. Zinc metal reacts with hydrochloric acid to produce hydrogen gas. How many liters of hydrogen can be produced at STP if 13.5 grams of zinc are reacted with excess HCl? So the reaction is zinc plus 2HCl goes to H2 plus ZnCl2. We can find that there are 0.2065 moles of H2 because we were given the grams of zinc. And using PV equals nRT, we can find that there are 4.63 liters of H2 by plugging everything in. Skill practice 5. If 210 grams of hydrogen gas react in an atmosphere of excess nitrogen, how many liters of NH3 can be produced? 3H2 plus N2 goes to 2NH3. Given 210 grams of H2, we can find that there are 70 moles of NH3 because of the mole to mole ratio of 3 moles of H2 to 2 moles of NH3 and the grams given to us in the periodic table. And using PV equals nRT, because that's standard temperature and pressure, 1 atm and 273 Kelvin, we can find that the volume is 1,568.2 liters of NH3.